Hi, welcome back to Blog Fix Friday. Blog Fix Friday is where I share a quick blogging tip or trick that will hopefully make your blogging life easier. So yes, I'm sitting by the side of the road, but my house is being decorated and it's safer to be here. So what do I want to talk about this week? Well, this week is a question. It's not a question from a viewer or listener or reader. It's a question. It's just something that I want to talk about. And I've written a post about sponsored posts and how to negotiate. I've also done a Blog Fix Friday about what to charge and how to negotiate. But increasingly, I think over the past few weeks, I've seen a lot of people really not know their worth, really not know how much they should be holding out for the rate. I think that's it. So whatever your rate is, and I don't really even need to talk about that today, but whatever that rate is, you need to have set that in your mind. You can be flexible, that's fine, but don't be afraid to walk away. I used to do advertising sales, and I always remember that my sort of boss at the time, who was my sales trainer, said the first one to speak hangs themselves. And what he meant was, after the pause where you've sort of laid your cards on the table and they have too, the first one to speak is the one that will hang themselves, is the one that won't get the good deal. So sometimes you have to be prepared to walk away. And if you walk away and they don't want you, and they don't want to do the deal, then that is fine. I know I can sit here and say it will be okay, and I can't tell you not to take the money if your family circumstances are dire and you need the money. But quite often, if you say, these are my rates and I've already dropped, and what I sometimes say is, look, I'll drop a bit more, but I won't include the social promotion, which I do as standard, because then that makes you're sort of prepared to drop, but you're saying why you're dropping. You're not just dropping and they're still getting everything they would have got before. So, or you can say, look, I've already come down this much. Can you come up a little bit, and have that chat with them and have that negotiation. But also, I think, be prepared to walk away if they're offering you a small amount of money. Think about the fact that you've got to write that post, you've got to take the pictures for that post, you've got to edit it, and then they are having access to your audience. So that's what people forget. They're like, they just want me to send a tweet and it'll only take me 2 minutes. But it's not sending the time to send the tweet out that they're paying for. They should be paying for the engagement of your audience and for the access to your audience. So don't forget that. If it's a thing and you think, it'll only take me 10 minutes to write that, there's still space on your blog that something else could have gone on. And that's another thing to think about. If you say no to someone, it gives you more time then to say yes to someone else that's coming up that could be a bigger fee. It's a bit sort of hippie and a bit weird, but I think sometimes you've got to put it out into the universe what you want, and then it'll come back to you in a weird way. And I think that you have to have this faith that, I'm not saying don't negotiate, I negotiate all the time, and my rates do vary depending on what the task is. If it's just a sponsored post, or if I have to write something, investigate something, do something, if there's a task to add in, then it would be more. Or if there isn't, and I could take some fee off. So I think always justify why you're giving them the discount that you're prepared to give them. So if you said, look, I'll do it for this much money, but I actually do want you to prepay for that because I'm doing you a bit of a favour, really. So, and then you're setting the sort of the line in the sand that it's not just, you're not going to just accept 50 quid because you're desperate, but you might accept 50 quid if that's what you want to, but you want it prepaid before you write it, and so you're getting something back from that as well. And I think then you're not setting the precedent that you'll always accept that low fee. Okay, so that's just something I wanted to try and make clear, is that really do value your worth. You've got an audience, however small it is, they're engaged, they're more engaged with you than they would be in a TV advert, because they are listening to your voice, they trust you, and that is something that you've worked hard to build up, and that's something that a brand should pay for. So hopefully that's helped, and hopefully you'll stand by your guns a bit more. Please do negotiate, but always have in your mind something that enables you to negotiate without just being the person that drops their fees. So, you know, cut the social promotion if you always include that. You know, ask for prepayment so that your life is just a bit easier and you don't have to chase them up afterwards, or ask for half of the payment up front if you don't want to ask for the whole lot. But quite often, if it's a new company, they'll appreciate the fact that that's something that you want them to do. So I'd say always make it clear that, okay, this once, because I've got space and because you'll prepay, I'll accept this fee. So I think that's probably as clear as I can make it, and I hope that it's been helpful. And I will tag in the post I've written on how to negotiate and sort of giving you ballpark figures of roughly what you should charge. But we are in an industry that we sort of make our own rules, and it's just what people are happy with charging and happy with paying, really. But I'll tag them in so you can access them. And yeah, just stay strong, I think, a little bit. It's not negotiate really hard, it's just have a fee in your head and justify it to them, but keep in your mind that it's not going to be a long-term agreement that it will be that low fee if you do accept a lower fee. So this has been Blog Fix Friday, and I might be back home next time by the time I have to record another one. If you have a question for Blog Fix Friday, please do let me know, and I'd love to answer your questions. That's great, and it saves me just babbling about something that I think people might want to learn about or know about. So brilliant. So I'll see you next week for Blog Fix Friday. Bye.